yes.
Peace in abundance. This wise supreme you Allah back at you with another one. There are 3 categories of pimps. You got the street level pimp. You got the conscious pro-black pimp. You got the religious pimp. See, in the Western world, which is America, is not accustomed to a polygamous lifestyle. And most of the so-called black men that try to practice polygamy don't really know what they're doing, and it's something that's not natural for this diaspora. The street level pimp, he seduces, he persuades women to sell their body for the profit that he can make for his own profit in material things that he can gain from her by manipulation. The conscious pimp, those brothers that be a part of the so-called black conscious community or knowledge of self or pro-black community, they pimp and they prey on women using fake knowledge shit. All alone they are predatory, but they are using it in a manner of making people think they got high science and they're deep, but they after the same thing. They are no different than the first pimp that I just talked about. The third pimp is the religious pimp that use the Bible, the Quran, Torah, whatever religion he a part of, to persuade women and persuade people to get financial gain and to manipulate and use. But they are using technology and different things to get what they want. To tell you the truth, the first pimp that I mentioned, which is the street pimp, is more honest than the other two because he is more straightforward in what he wants. Between the other two are more manipulative. But altogether, the pimping is wrong. And see, this is the problem in the black conscious community and abroad with the pimping and the so-called fake polygamy. No, it's po-nigamy. I done had brothers say that women want to be around him, he ain't got nothing to offer, he ain't got nothing, the woman just gonna be with him, be for him. That is total bullshit. Nobody's gonna be around nobody for nothing. There's always gonna be some type of gain that they're getting. But I tell you, these people just so sad, man, of how they use and manipulate people, man. I just sit back and shake my head, man, at the foolishness and the ridiculousness, man, that I see going on at a daily, till it becomes foolish and mundane and comical. We got to do better as a people, man. That's all I can say. But people beware of the three pimps, or the three categories of pimps that I mentioned, because we all run across them on a daily basis, knowingly and unknowingly. But if you like my message, continue to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Peace and abundance, more life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Yeah.
Here, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist is in the building. And what that means when I say that I'm the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, what that means is that I'm the first person to fight to end what some people call colorism, but I call it darkism. And I started this movement called dark skin activism in 1998, before there was social media. And the reason why I always start off with that introduction is because there has been people that have been stealing from me and taking from my ideas, my books, ever since I came onto YouTube almost. It really started back in 2015 with the intellectual property theft. I actually created the first colorism channel in 2010, and then I went viral in 2015. Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club made me Donkey of the Day, and that's when the theft began. That's when people started stealing from me. So that's why when I come on here, the first thing I do is I give y'all my introduction. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day today. My website is darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that is darkskinactivist.com. And you guys could go to my website and you can download a free ebook copy of my book entitled Darkism. Also, I am fundraising to produce my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, that I will be doing a performance reading at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. So make sure you guys make a donation today to my Cash App, which is $Rashida Lala. Once again, $Rashida Lala, and that's $RASHIDA LALA. Once again, $RASHIDA LALA. I have the performance reading that's coming up on September 1st. That's Labor Day weekend. I'm going to be at the Tubman Museum. The address is 310 Cherry Street, and that's in Macon, Georgia. So come on out and also support me financially. Make a donation. Hey, man. All right, y'all. So listen, I want to talk to y'all about something that's near and dear to my heart, because school just started. And every time school starts, I get sad. You know, every time I got mixed emotions as a dark-skinned person around school, because when I was in school, I had bad darkism experiences. That's just what it was. School was never good to me in the sense of the way that I was being treated. You know, in the sense of being a dark-skinned female born into poverty. You know, being a dark-skinned female, and when you're born into poverty as a dark-skinned female, what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, you're not going to wear the nicest clothes. Your hair is not going to be done right all the time. You're not going to have all the supplies you need. You know, you're going to have to take the big yellow school bus because your mom is too lazy to get up and drive you to school, and you know, put her car, or your dad eviction. You know, you may be getting government cheese. You may be being kept out of school so you can go with your mom to the food stamp office and stand in line and get food stamps. Those are what it looks like being dark-skinned and impoverished coming up when I was in school. And then when you get to school, you know, because you don't look the best, you're not wearing the best clothes, your hair may not be done the best, you get picked on top of all of that. And that's what I went through. And that's why I'll be the first to admit I got a chip on my shoulder. Still to this day, I do have a chip on my shoulder. Y'all mad? I don't know what to tell y'all. Here to be honest and let y'all know what it is. So when school time come around, you know, I feel some type of way still, and I'm still in pain, in trauma, whatever you want to call it, from my days growing up as a dark-skinned, impoverished female. And so I feel bad for these children. I feel sorry for them. I feel empathetic for the children that have to grow up into this world, and they're forced into a prison system. They're forced into it because school is a prison for everybody, but it's definitely a prison system for dark-skinned people. Okay? I remember when I was in school, and I'm sharing with y'all my experiences because I'm letting you know why I feel like school is a prison system. I remember I would get in trouble for defending myself against people that were inflicting darkism against me. I would end up getting into fights because somebody might have called me Blackie or some derogatory name regarding my skin tone. And I wasn't bothering that person. I was really there to learn. I was really there to get an education. I wanted to learn. I enjoyed learning. And I want to let y'all know that from the outset, that education and school are two different things. Education and school, I am not against education, but I do believe that school is a prison system, is a slave state system. You see, education, you don't have to go to a school to become educated. You don't have to go to a building, to a formal school to be educated. The school system is not even that old. I don't know. It's probably no more than 500 years old. There was a time when children didn't even go to school. They were educated at home. They were educated in the basics of reading, writing, arithmetic, and some of them in linguistics. Either their parents were responsible for homeschooling, or there was a tutor that was brought in. The school system as we know it right now, the modern day school system, came as a result of control, containment. And when you are a dark-skinned person in a school system, the control and containment, it may not be as pleasant for you. Because for some students, some slaves, because you're slaves, your students are slaves, yes, your children are slaves, yes, it's a pleasant experience. I'm not going to sit here and say to you that all children that go to school have had a bad experience. That's not what I'm saying. Some students experience a pleasant experience. But for a lot of dark-skinned children, have y'all read some of the studies? Have y'all read some of the studies that prove that dark-skinned children are more likely to be punished and have a more severe punishment for the same infraction as a non-dark-skinned child? So what I'm saying to you, for dark-skinned children, it's not always a pleasant experience. And like I said, I enjoyed education. I like learning. I love learning. I love reading. Reading was probably one of my most favorite subjects. Just to sit down and read all day, I'm in bliss. So education is not the problem. It's you got to go to school to get this education. And while you're in school and you dark skinned and you ain't got the right clothes, your hair ain't done right, or somebody don't like you because you too black, I got into fights. If you did that to me, by the time I got to middle school, and you did that to me, and you came and talked mess to me, cause calling me black, and you kept on fucking with me, I defended myself. I ain't gonna tell no fucking lie. Excuse my language. I'm triggered. I already done told y'all that. Y'all don't like it. I don't know what the hell to tell y'all. Y'all sit up here, and that's another thing. Some of y'all getting mad. Y'all angry at a person that have experienced trauma. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. This is my channel, and I'm going to speak on how I feel. Because I believe in my heart that when I tell the truth, when I tell my truth, I help somebody else. And that's what it's all about. All a lot of these schools are doing is preparing dark-skinned children to graduate to prison. That's it. And I'm not going to sit there and say that non-dark-skinned kids don't get caught in the crossfire. But I'm the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. So I'm focusing on dark-skinned people. Schools are prisons. Now they got it set up to where when your child turns 5, in most states, you, by law, you got to make sure that kid is going to school. You're forced. They call it compulsory education. Compulsory education. Okay? By the time your child is 5, I know in the state of Florida, the law says you got to make sure that kid is enrolled in a school, whether it be a public school or whether it be a private school. And most people will put their kid in a public school. And if you do not put that child in school, you can get arrested. I know people that have not complied with the compulsory educational requirement, and the child ended up, and the parent rather, ended up getting arrested and charged. So explain to me how school is not prison. Explain to me how the state is not enslaving your child. Your child, your dark-skinned child, doesn't belong to you. You think your child belongs to you, but your child does not belong to you. First of all, when they're born, you got to have a birth certificate. That's number one. They're going to force you to get a birth certificate for the child, and they're going to force you to get a social security number for the child. How is that not slavery? How is that not the prison state? They talk about the school to prison pipeline. Well, school is the fucking prison. School is the prison. Wake up, y'all. When are we going to realize this? And this is the reason why I'm anti-natalist. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, quit bringing children and human beings into prison. Quit doing it. Save them. So that baby, from birth until kindergarten, they got a little bit of freedom. There's a little bit of freedom there, right? From birth to kindergarten, there's a little bit of freedom. But soon as they hit 5, they got to enter the prison system, aka the public school system, or the private school. It don't matter. They got to enter the school system. Good morning, healthcare. So they end up going into the prison system, aka the school system, at the age of 5. So you got elementary school is the first level of prison. Then you have middle school, they graduate to the next level of prison. Then you have high school is the next level of prison. Now from high school, they either gonna go out into an advanced world prison, which is a job, or they may go to college. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm debating on whether I feel like college is actually prison, because it wasn't until I got to college, to be honest with you, where I felt free. Because I think college, unlike K through 12, presents a situation where you're you become more of a free thinker, more of a critical thinker. And you should really be developing your critical thinking skills K through 12, but it's not. K through 12 is propaganda, is control, it's mind control. So I'm still trying to debate with myself, trying to come to terms with myself whether or not I believe the college is actually a part of the prison system. But I will definitely say to you that kindergarten through 12th grade is prison. And here's another thing that you need to consider. Another thing that y'all need to consider. The teachers are the correctional officers. And the principal is the warden. Yes. And, you know, they're nice. It's a nice, pleasant, more pleasant prison, K through 12. But middle school, they start to really turn up and show who they are. Okay? And I'm talking about the correctional officers, aka the teachers, and the probation officer. Now, I meant to say the principal, which I would consider to be the warden. It really start to turn up middle school, and then it gets to its height at high school. Okay. So you need to understand that these children, these innocent children, I feel bad for them because they didn't ask to this fucking hell. They didn't ask to come into this hell. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all share this video. Also make a donation. My Cash App is $Rashida Lala. Once again, it's $Rashida Lala. I'm raising funds for my upcoming show on the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. And asking everybody to support. I want to say shout out to everybody that already made donations. My goal is $5,000. I am nowhere near that, but you can help me get to that by making a donation today. Once again, the Cash App is $Rashida Lala. And that's $RASHIDALALA. $RASHIDALALA. Parents just don't understand what they're doing when they give birth and when they procreate. A lot of y'all don't understand. And that's why a part of my duties as a dark-skinned activist and shedding light upon the unique discrimination that dark-skinned people face is to say, hey, this is what you guys are doing when you decide to bring a black child, a dark-skinned child into this world. This is what you're putting them into. You're bringing them into hell. Especially if you are poor and you ain't got no money and you living in poverty and you can't barely take care of yourself. You are basically saying, I'm having this kid and I'm turning over the kid to the state. Okay? That's why a lot of these children end up in the hands of state care, like CPS, like foster care, and they get abused. And they got to go to prison, school, for 12 years of their life. They stuck in that prison. Well, the law say they got to be in prison for at least 12 years. That a lot of them got to suffer. And I know I fucking suffered. I know I suffered. Now, there was times when I went to prison, aka the public school system, where it was okay. But I just remember nothing but suffering. From the time I would get on the bus, the big yellow bus, I was suffering because I was too black and I wasn't wearing the right clothes and I was poor. I remember suffering at the hands of black people. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's all white people that made me suffer, because that's not what it was. It was black and whites. I remember black, dark-skinned females. One of them, I can't stand that bitch to this day, wanting to fight me. Because I was a quiet introvert and I just wanted to mind my business. I can't stand, and she black, dark skin with me, but dare I say I can't stand that black bitch. And she not ever, I'm gonna keep it 100. Bitch, but not ever try me now that I'm an adult. I wasn't having that shit then, and I'm damn sure not. That's why I don't take no shit off nobody. I ain't gonna tell y'all no motherfucking lie. I mind my motherfucking business. But because I was thrust into this world prison, being attacked for being black, by my own people. I tell y'all right now, that bitch, I'll be ready to tear her motherfucking head off. I ain't gonna tell y'all no motherfucking lie. That's how triggered I am. Starting, I was on the bus, minding my business, and just because for whatever reason, usually because you're a target, you got a target on your back because you black. You got a target on your back when you are dark black skin. That's what it really is. And if you quiet and you ain't all loud and you ain't out here trying to bully people, they think that they could fucking bully you. I'm telling y'all, I know. I grew up in the fucking hood. Can't nobody tell me shit. Can't nobody tell me shit from the hell that I suffered on the big yellow school bus because my mama was too poor to put me in her car and drive me to school. I suffered. These bitches wanted to fight me and all kind of shit, and I would never back down to them. Now, I never run from them. I remember being on the bus that day, and this one dark-skinned chick, she thought she was the biggest, baddest bitch. And she kept on threatening me, and I ain't say nothing, because I ain't gonna say nothing to you, but you put your motherfucking hands on me. You put your motherfucking hands on me. I do believe in self-defense. And I was on the bus, and she kept on just messing with me. I ain't never did nothing to the girl. You just ain't like me because I was quiet, and I would mind my motherfucking business, and I wouldn't join up in trying to bully people. That's never what I was about. To this day, I ain't about that. And we got to that goddamn bus stop. And got out of prison for the day. And she was talking all that shit. And for some reason that day, my mama was at the bus stop, but I was prepared to fight. I ain't gonna tell y'all, I grew up with 5 brothers. I mean, if you grew up in a house with 5 black brothers, you're gonna have some tomboyish fighting tendencies, and I just did. That's just what it was. So for me, I was not worried about, okay, this is what it's gonna be, but this is the shit that you gotta deal with when you're dealing with these hood ass motherfuckers. This is the violence that I'm talking about, that you're bringing innocent dark-skinned black children into. And some of the children become bullies. And they want to attack other black children. See, dark-skinned black children get it from all different ways. You get the racism from the non-black people, and you get the darkism and the racism from your own people in the hood that want to tear you down, that want to start shit with you, that want to make your life a living fucking hell. I'm telling you. Shout out to Angel Snup 7. I'm trying to read some of y'all comments. Angel says, folks are called parents by default, have no idea of parenting skills. I totally agree with you. You also said, unfortunately, if not for public school system, poor children wouldn't learn anything, period. That's true to an extent. You also said I was bullied going to public school primarily because I was poor. Exactly. Because they knew I wasn't a fighter because I like learning. And then you said I was mocked at home due to having dark skin by folks darker than myself. And general hate within the black community itself is still happening now. Exactly. And that's why I'm saying, why bring dark-skinned babies into this bullshit? Why? I'm so tired of black people bringing dark-skinned children into the fuckery. You have control over your body. You could stop new inmates from being born, because that's what your children are going to be, inmates. Sorry, I'm sorry to tell y'all, I'm not all of them, but a good percentage is going to be inmates, slaves. And even the ones that make it through, going through hell and high water, having to fight their way through school, having to deal with the racism having to deal with being bullied and abused and whooped on and all kind of hell that a little black child go through K through 12. They make it through all, then they get out and they graduate to the next fucking hell. Whether it be a job, working a job you don't like, whether it be ending up in the prison system, the jail system, whether, you know, it's all kinds of hells. This place is nothing but hell. You're doing nothing but birthing slaves and inmates into a world prison. And congratulations to the black, dark-skinned people, the black people that got the sense enough not to do that. I commend you. You're the real heroes, not these ones that's going around having all these kids. The black people that's running around, even the ones that are married. And I'm talking about the ones that can't take care of the children. If you are a black person going around having a bunch of children, shame on you. I don't give a fuck. I know I'm going to make people mad. I don't give a damn. I hope you're mad. I don't care if you're upset. I don't care if you're triggered. I don't give a damn. To the ones that's going around having all these children that you can't take care of, shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are the problem. You're the problem. I'm sick of it. Baby mamas, baby daddies. Want to have these children and still want to be hanging out, partying. So a lot of them leave the kids at home. The kids ain't supervised. The kids ain't got enough to eat. Kids ain't got the clothes they need. Ain't got the appropriate shelter. We could go on and on. You motherfuckers are the problem. Stop having all these children. I'm so tired of it, man. I am so tired. Angel Snuff Sub 7 says, I decided even before puberty promised myself not to bring an innocent life into the mess, this violent slave plantation I was birthed into. You're a smart man. And I wish that there were more black men and black women with a mentality like you. You are a smart man. Because what you've done is you've saved a dark-skinned life. You've saved a black life. And black folks will never give you credit for it. Because they're going to sit up here and say, oh, we need to keep on having all these children. They're claiming that, oh, well, the white man is stopping us from doing X, Y, Z, and we need to just keep bringing children into hell. Well, you, Angel Snuff Snuff, your mentality is the mentality. If we had more black people thinking with your mentality, we could save a lot of black lives. Yes, we can save a lot of black lives. Once again, I want to let everybody know I'm going to be at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival doing a performance of my play, Reading a Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, on September 1st. That's on a Labor Day weekend. Make sure you guys support. You can go to my Cash App and make a donation today. My Cash App is $Rashida Lala. It's actually in the description to this live. $Rashida Lala. Make a donation. It's raining out here. I might not be on here much longer because it's raining. I'm driving. It's raining. Let's see. CH464, you say, OMG, I finally caught you live. Keep doing the great work that you're doing. I have two young nieces. One that is dark brown and one that is dark skinned. And they're already experiencing colorism. See? See? This is what I'm telling y'all. Some of y'all call it colorism. I call it darkism. This foolishness starts at an early age. Dark-skinned children get attacked at an early age. If you sitting up there saying you hope that the child don't get no darker than their ear color, then you are inflicting darkism on a darker skinned child, on a black child. You're not even allowing the child to come into themselves fully and naturally before you sitting up here judging and worried about them turning darker than the fucking color of their ear. How many black people have done that? Sitting up there looking at a baby ear, a black child's ear, judging them and worry about if they're going to turn darker than their ear. That's darkism. That's straight up fucking darkism. That child can't even come out their mama's womb in peace without somebody worrying about how dark they going to be. But y'all telling me that we need to keep on bringing children into hell. We don't. We don't. And no black person, in my opinion, no black person should have a child under the age of 30. If you are under the age of 30, you should not even be having children. Why? Because chances are you're not financially stable. You're not developed all the way mentally. You're not developed all the way emotionally to be bringing a child into this hell. That's one of the problems. It's so many of us that are having children that are under the age of 30, all these teenage pregnancies. You're not ready. You're not prepared. And I think that black people and humans in general that choose not to have children, I think that there should be financial rewards. Just like there's financial rewards to people that do have children, like food stamps, Section 8, that give financial rewards to those people that have children. I think that there should be more given to people that don't have children to make it a financial incentive. In the tax code, single people should be the least taxed. That's another thing. They sit here and reward in the tax system with all these tax breaks you're giving to people that have children. I get why you're doing it, but why not reward the people that are not bringing children into a fucking cesspool? Why not reward those people? Single people should have more tax breaks than married people. Then I'm talking about single people with no dependents. That's what I'm talking about. Single people with no dependents. Understand me? They should have more tax breaks than anybody. Because they're not bringing human beings into hell. They're not bringing human beings into suffering. Children didn't ask us to be born. They didn't ask us to do that. And a person that's responsible and anti-natalist, and for whatever reason you decide not to have children, to me you're being responsible. You should be rewarded for that. But society got it backwards. You know, society got it backwards. Society encourages people to be dysfunctional. Society does not encourage happy, healthy families. That's not what society is encouraging. It's definitely not going on in the black community. You're giving incentives to people that just keep having children out of wedlock. You're giving them Section 8. You're giving them food stamps. You're giving them tax breaks. And I am not against food stamps. Understand me clearly. I'm not against food stamps. I'm not against Section 8. But I'm for people that actually need it. Not for people that just want to sit there and just have baby after baby after baby after baby after baby, and you know you can't take care of them, and say, oh, go give me some food stamps. Go give me some Section 8. That's all I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to lay up and I'm going to have sex with different people because I know that the government is going to take care of me. Sexually irresponsible. You don't care about the children and what they're going to have to face. They're going to have to go to school 12 years of torture, being called black and ugly. I went through fucking hell and back. That's one of the reasons why darkism is one of the reasons why I dropped out of school. I'm going to tell you right now. Because I got tired of being abused. And I got tired of being in poverty and trying to struggle my way to finish school while at the same time being abused and bullied because of circumstances I did not ask to be put in. If you really care about black people, you should consider anti-natalism. You should consider this TRL Spicy. What's up? Shout out to you. Thank you. Angel Snap 7 says shout out to baby Lauren. CH464 says I agree. We gotta heal more as a people before we keep bringing all these kids into the world, because children are not asked to be here to suffer like this. Exactly. TRL Spicy says I know the struggles of it. Anybody that's dark skinned and grew up in a poverty, you know what it is. If you mix being poor with being dark skinned, it is a fucking recipe for disaster. And y'all, you know, I've seen, when I was working in the public school system one time, this one lady, she had about 8 kids. And she just came to the school and dropped the kids off, unkempt, half, the clothes not as clean as they should be. They ain't had no breakfast. You're bringing them there so they can have breakfast. You want the school system to do everything for you, aka the prison system. And all the school system is doing is institutionalizing these children and preparing them for prison. Because school is just like prison. They get off the damn bus, go to the institution where people cook for them, tell them what to do, they get in trouble, they go to the warden. It's nothing but a mini damn prison. But all you parents want to do is get them up in the morning, get them dressed, put them on the bus, and send them off the damn jail so your ass don't have to be bothered. So you can sit up there and do whatever the hell you want to do. Back in the 80s, they wanted to sit up and watch the fucking soap operas all day. And there was a lot of crackhead motherfuckers back in the 80s. So some of them weren't even getting the kids off the school. You got your mama, your auntie, your uncle, your nieces and your nephews getting the kids off the damn school. You weren't doing it because you were so busy being a fucking crackhead. Want somebody else to raise your responsibility. I can't stand these motherfuckers. I can't fucking stand them. This is why I'm anti-natalist. Me and my mama, she used to keep us out of school on fucking food stamp day. So you can have us stand in the goddamn line while you over there talking to your friends and y'all socializing about what y'all finna do, party, and go, throw a goddamn party with the food stamps you finna get. But I'm standing in line getting the food stamps for you, holding your place in line, dressing up to go to the fucking food stamp office. Anti-natalism. Anti-fucking natalism. Then when you're done with me, you don't want to be bothered. When you done use the kid for what the fuck you want to use them for, you don't want to be bothered. You want to go back to some raggedy ass dude you chasing. You get into hell. It's a vicious goddamn cycle that needs to stop. It's a very vicious cycle. These people don't need to be rewarded. They don't need to be rewarded with, oh, let me give you some more food stamps. Let me give you some more, a bigger room on Section 8. No, they don't need to be damn keep on being rewarded. The people that are sexually responsible need to be rewarded. The people that don't have children need to be rewarded. We need to give them a house. We need to give them tax breaks. We need to give them some damn food stamps. We need to help them buy a house. Make it cool to not be running around here having children irresponsibly, forcing these children into existence, forcing them into slavery, forcing them into servitude. That is exactly what you're doing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because I seen it. I experienced it. I live what I'm talking about. I wish my mama was an anti-natalist. I wish my dad was an anti-natalist. So I wouldn't have to be here living in fucking hell. It's hell. Because the human beings make it hell. So why you want to keep bringing dark-skinned innocent babies? When I look at them little innocent little babies, I feel sorry for them. When I see innocent newborn babies at John Hopkins Hospital, that's the one down here in Florida that I know about. When I see them babies, they don't know what the hell they finna get into. I feel sorry for them. They didn't ask you to be to birth them. They didn't ask you to procreate them. And a lot of y'all don't even want the babies. A lot of you don't want the babies. They're oops babies. Mistakes. I'm tired of it, man. All I'm saying is black people consider anti-natalism. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. It's the black people consider anti-natalism. Anti-natalism is actually humanitarian. To procreate. It means that you don't procreate to begin with. You don't. Losing the signal. I'm losing my signal. I'm losing my signal. I'm sorry, y'all. Keep on Cash App. Cash App is $ Rashida Lala. Please make a donation. I am nowhere near my goal, so make sure y'all donate to my Cash App. The funds go towards helping me produce my play at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. I'm going to be doing a performance reading of the play. It's called A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. My fundraising goal is to raise $5,000. Please make a donation. My Cash App is $ Rashida Lala. $ Rashida Lala. Once again, $ Rashida Lala. Try to read the last comment before my internet cuts out again. Healthcare says, during my visits to Africa,